बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम गाइस, कैसे हैं तमाम नेपाली दोस्त और रशिया से है, इंडिया से है, सऊदी अरेबिया से, जहाँ से भी है। तो इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद तो रखता हूँ सब लोग फिट फाट होंगे। तो गाइस, नेपाल के लिए एक दफ़ा फिर खूबसूरत सी वीडियो है जो कह रही है एक लड़की है कि 4 रीज़न टू नेवर एवर गो टू। एक मुश्किल है, मैं बोलने की नहीं सकता क्योंकि बहुत ही मुश्किल नाम है, लेकिन है वीडियो ज़बरदस्त क्योंकि वो कह रही कि ऐसी 4 रीज़न है जहाँ इसलिए यहाँ नहीं जाना चाहिए। तो देखते हैं कि नेपाल में ऐसा क्या चीज़ है जहाँ पर लोग नहीं जाना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि नेपाल तो है ज़बरदस्त का एक से एक बढ़कर चीज़ है वहाँ पर। तो हर कोई बंदा वो कह रहे है मैं यहाँ पर जाऊँ क्योंकि नेपाल बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट कंट्री है। तो चलो गाइस, ये वीडियो देख लें कि इस वीडियो में क्या है, क्योंकि ये वीडियो मैंने देखी नहीं है अभी तक, तो फर्स्ट टाइम आपके साथ मैं भी देख लूँगा। तो चलो गाइस, वीडियो देख लें।
A large spherical stupa, great food, a different culture, lot of peace, an understanding of Buddhism. When you experience all of this together in one place, you know you're in. While this place may be on the travel wish list of thousands of devotees from all over the world, today I'm going to tell you 4 very important reasons why you should never ever visit Bodhanath. As you can see behind me, the atmosphere around here is full of peace. While there are thousands of people here all the time circumambulating and going about their daily chores, I can still feel an unparalleled sense of peace here. And that for me is truly, truly marvelous. The moment I come here, I feel that all my senses are overtaken by this serene atmosphere. The sights that I see are of pigeons flying in the air, prayer flags fluttering around, and this gorgeous stupa in front of me. I can smell various kinds of incense coming from all the shops nearby, and I can hear Om Mani Padme Hum, the very, very sacred religious chant of the Buddhists. Further, just being here, rotating these prayer wheels, lighting the butter lamps or feeding the pigeons are activities that make time go slower or sometimes even stand still. When I come here, I experience an unparalleled sense of peace. There's a feeling of being connected. Something within me connects to something bigger than me, higher than me. And that is why I tell people not to visit Bodha. Because when you come here, the sense of peace is so blissful that you would hate to snap out of it. So, if you don't want to experience peace one and then have to hate to snap out of it, never ever visit Bodha. The stupa itself is a large structure. Each element has so much symbolism attached to it. As I walk around the stupa, I can feel the eyes of Buddha looking down at me. It's a feeling of almost being protected. The nose is the number 1 in the Devanagari script, which shows us that there's one way to reach enlightenment. There are beautiful prayer flags affixed here from the top to the edge of the stupa. While you may think that they're here for aesthetic purposes or to make the stupa look beautiful, that's not true. Each of these prayer flags is arranged in a particular order and it has a particular meaning. Blue stands for sky or knowledge, white for air or purity, red for fire or compassion, green for water or protection, and yellow for earth or wealth. Together, all these prayer flags symbolize balance. I remember many years ago, I was once here on the day that they were changing the prayer flags. I remember actually buying a set and writing my name and making sure that all my prayers were carried with the wind up to the heavens. I felt great, and I truly wish that one day you get a chance to try it too. The scallops at the bottom of the dome are made with saffron water and they're meant to look like a lotus. The 108 niches right at the bottom of the dome are also very sacred because each one of them has a small statue of Buddha. The prayer wheels at the bottom of the dome are touched by devotees many times a day. Each one of them has a very special mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, which basically means that the jewel is inside the lotus. It is believed that if devotees touch these prayer wheels and say this mantra time and time again, they will become as pure as the lotus itself. Wow, such a lot of symbolism. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I remember when I came here for the first time, I was completely intrigued by all the jewels and secrets of this place. And I went back home and I read and read as much as I could about all the beauties of Bodha. But if you don't want to spend your entire day getting intrigued and getting curious and wanting to find out more about this place, you must never ever visit Bodha in your life. The architecture of this place is similar to a few others I've seen in Nepal. However, what sets Bodhanath apart is the fact that it's huge. It's the sheer size. This is believed to be one of the largest spherical stupas in the world. In fact, it is also considered to be a stairway to heaven. The steeple is made of gold and it was restored with around 30 kgs of gold after the earthquake of 2015. It always glistens and looks really proud and tall, overlooking the entire city. This imposing structure is wonderful. In fact, it's so big that it's also visible from aircrafts. I remember many years ago when I came here, I once came for breakfast and I just sat in one of the little cafes having a mug of hot chocolate. I remember being so astounded by the beauty that I just didn't want to return. I spent almost the entire day here. I went back right before dinner. So if you too don't want to get too carried away by the beauty and spend your entire time here, you must never ever visit Bodha.
Foods.
The food at Bodha is eclectic. You can find all sorts of international cuisines in one of the restaurants around here. You can find things for Thai people, people who love Chinese, Indian, Italian. Every cuisine that I like is available here. But since I'm here today, I'm going to try all the local stuff. Let's get started. This is khapse. This is a traditional Tibetan snack. It has a nice flavor and a nice crunch, and I truly enjoy it. In fact, I prefer it to some of the packaged commercial snacks available these days. Today I decided to try laughing, a traditional super yummy snack from here. And by try, I don't mean that I'm going to just eat laughing. I'm also going to try and make laughing for my crew here. I have with me Lakpa, who's the owner of this wonderful cafe, who's going to teach me. So Lakpa, let's get started. As you may guess, I'm really full. Not only did I eat khapse, but I also had laughing. But for me, truly the most amount of fun was actually making the laughing myself. If you don't want to get spoilt by having these delicacies that are not available ordinarily anywhere else in the world, never ever visit Bodha. I've had quite an unforgettable day. After all, Bodhanath is one of my favorite places in Kathmandu for a reason. Today, I lit some butter lamps, fed some pigeons, circumambulated and prayed a bit, and finally I made laughing. So, if you don't want to get lost in the peace of this place and snap out into reality, if you don't want to get lost in the architecture and the beauty of this place, if you don't want to get curious and intrigued about the jewels and gems of Buddhism, and finally if you don't want to have food from a place far away that you cannot replicate at home, you must never ever visit Bodha.
वाह गाइस, आपने देखा कि किस तरह के कमाल की जो 4 रीजन इसने बताया, कितनी ज़बरदस्त तरीके से उसने डिस्क्राइब किया है इस 4 रीजन को। तो इसमें तो लाइक करने का तो ज़बरदस्त लगता है, क्योंकि तो बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त किस्म की वीडियो थी। तो आपको ये 4 रीजन कैसा लगा? लेकिन एक क्वेश्चन आप लोगों से करता हूँ गाइस के जो फूड्स है, जो नेपाल की स्पेशल सी फूड्स है, तो उन जो स्पेशल फूड्स होता है ना, जो नेपाल का होता है, तो वो कमेंट में बताएं कि वो कौन सा खास किस्म का स्पेशल सा फूड है। तो वो नीचे कमेंट में आप जरूर बताएगा कि कौन सा फूड है नेपाल की, ठीक है जी। तो गाइस, ये वीडियो यकीन से आपको बहुत ही पसंद होगी। तो इंशाल्लाह इस तरह के और भी वीडियो आपके लिए सामने लाएंगे। तब तक के लिए चाहता हूँ अल्लाह।